Hello everyone. Now this is a apartment which I've done probably 10 or 15 times over a span of about 18 years. I do it regularly for a property management company I do work for, and it is quite simply the best view of any job I've ever done. It's on the Gateshead side of the River Tyne, and there you have the Sage building, the Tyne Bridge, the Millennium Bridge and the Joseph Rank flour mill. Not bad. It was a 2-carpet clean, but I've only recorded the cleaning of one particular carpet, which I can't tell you how many times I've cleaned it, dozens of times. But this time it's absolutely covered in sock lint. It was pretty horrendous. I don't think the people who were renting the apartment out knew what a vacuum cleaner was for, because they do get provided with a vacuum cleaner, but I don't think they had ever used it. The carpet was pretty bad, a white or off-white polypropylene. I had actually done the right hand side of the carpet, but had forgotten to turn the camera on, unfortunately. But you get the idea. You see how well it's coming off there with the Kirby. It's coming off really, really well. Floor was quite dusty, but it was the sock lint which was pretty bad. I don't know how well it would have come off with the vacuum cleaner provided, but with the Kirby it came off fantastic. People often ask what makes a Kirby different to most other brands of vacuum cleaner. Well, it's simple really. Most uprights, like the Kirby, have a roller which spin round, flicking up the dirt, agitating the carpet. But there is a belt that goes around the middle of the roller on a Kirby, and not only does it make it spin, but it makes it oscillate as well. So not only does it spin, but it beats the carpet as well. And you get much more ground and dirt and dust and debris coming into the bag. It is a machine that uses the old-fashioned bag, not the just taking off the unit and emptying it in the bin. You have to buy the bags, and I do go through a lot of bags, but that's my job, so I'm all out for results, and if I can get the very best results, I'll stick with a system which works wonderful for me. But it absolutely needed a hot water extraction as well. It's not just a vacuum, even though the vacuum did pick up a huge amount of dust and sock lint. It certainly needed a hot water extraction as well, as I say. So I did move the bed. I don't actually film the moving of the bed, but I promise you I did move it because it was quite dusty underneath. That was a desk which I moved just to get as close up to the skirting board as possible. You see what a difference that makes to the carpet. Fantastic. But it's a carpet which I enjoy cleaning. The big disappointment with this carpet, and I noticed it the last time I was there, probably about 8 or 9 months ago, whoever had been in then had dropped an iron and had made 2 iron burn marks on the carpet, and it had been down for years, probably over 10 years, and it cleaned up fantastic. Off-white polypropylene. If you like white, never go for a white wool, especially if you're prone to splashes and dropping food, what have you. Go for a polypropylene, that's really important. But you can't do anything with burn marks. It didn't ruin the carpet, but we'll see in a moment that there is actually 2 burn marks, and they do tend to stand out, which is such a shame. But there's nothing you can do really. do like to do jobs where you just pull up in front of someone's drive and get your equipment out, take it in the house and do the work. The problem with jobs like this is there's so much equipment that you have to get everything up in the lift. Sometimes you have to drag the machine upstairs if there isn't a lift. So it's much easier pulling up, as I say, into someone's drive and just taking in your equipment. But when it's jobs like this, you don't charge any more. You don't charge extra. I charge by the room size. No matter how much extra work it is to get the equipment into apartments or houses, its prices are all the same. And some people say I should charge more, but I don't think so. I don't think I should. It swings and roundabouts. Some jobs are more difficult than others. So I'm just giving it a pre-spray now with some Restore HD. Perfectly the correct solution to use on polypropylene carpets. You wouldn't tend to use it on wool, it's a little bit too strong. And I'll just brush it in now. It's a fabulous product, I've mentioned it before in my videos. Strong but safe. And just give that a little... If you have a look at the bottom of the wardrobe there is a little bit of dust which is accumulated, which I do manage to get off with the wand. You'll see that in a moment. Sometimes the Kirby doesn't quite get right up to the edge, but nothing that can't be sorted. Now one with the hot water extraction. It's a lovely carpet to clean, and you'll see the iron burn marks in a moment. And I'm just about to get that little bit of dust from the bottom of the wardrobe. I'm going to do that now. So hopefully you can see a difference. Just there, watch it go. There. A little bit there. There you go. You see, I didn't forget that. It's gone. And the other room which I didn't bother filming was a biscuit coloured wool carpet. It was pretty bad, I must say. Whoever had been in had spilt a lot of coffee. They must have been drinking coffee in bed, and there was a lot of coffee spilt around the top end of the bed. It was pretty bad, but it all came out. But I just thought I would just film the one bedroom. And as I've said, it's a carpet I've cleaned so many times before, and it always comes up fabulous. There are a lot of shadows in this room, and you like a lot of the time the end results don't really show that well on video, and this is a great example of that. Because there are so many shadows, it doesn't really show how good the carpet came up, but it's an incredibly easy carpet to clean. It always comes up excellent. Really, really happy with this particular carpet. just unfortunately you have to charge by the size of the room and not how difficult it is to get to the actual premises. And you can just see one of the iron marks to the left of the room there. It's not too bad actually, it's not bad, but it's bad enough to annoy me, because I do strive upon perfection. And I'm just going over the other iron mark there, in the middle there. But I promise you, you can obviously tell the difference now, but in reality, the difference was enormous. I promise it was so much better than it looks on video. But you can't do anything with the iron burn marks. Just giving the bottom area a pre-spray. Not quite sure what that spillage is in the middle. Could be anything really. But always happy with the results with this one. Always enjoy doing it because of that view and that view alone. I have no idea how much it costs, that apartment, but I'm guessing you probably pay for the view as well as the apartment, which is fair enough. It's interesting, if you have a look along the skirting boards there, you'll see a black mark that runs right along, and I see this all the time. They're actually called filtration marks, or draft marks, as some people call them. And what causes them is, a lot of the time it's dirty exhausts from cars, which go through the building, and they go up the sides of carpets. The air just filters through the whole time, and dirty air you get to see on the edges. You tend to see it a lot in houses that are on busy roads. The good news is you can clean them off a lot of the time, but I guarantee within 2 to 4 weeks you'll see the marks coming back. So it really is a complete waste of time spending a long time trying to get those black marks off, because they come back incredibly quickly, believe me. And it's a shame, but you know, a lot of people ask me if I can remove them, and I tell them exactly that if I do get it off, I'll get the marks off, they will be back. And the way to sort it is, when the carpets are laid, you put some silicone along the edges of the room before the carpet's fitted. And it has to be silicone which is expandable, so that it doesn't crack. And if you do that, then that will sort the problem. So that's a little tip. You do learn lots of tricks in my game over the years. So anyway, coming up pretty much to the last third of the room. Really happy with the way it's gone. It was a very warm day that day, as I think you could probably tell when I showed you the view. It was a beautiful warm summer's day, which is great because it means that the carpets don't take long to dry at all. I always leave the window open for these particular clients, just so they dry very, very quickly, so they can get the next people in. And I use the tried and tested Formula 90 on this carpet. Again, very strong product, but very, very safe to use on polypropylenes. Wouldn't use anything else now. It's the best I've ever used in 20 years. But I think this is one of those jobs where vacuuming actually made all the difference. But it's, you know, it still needed a hot water extraction. I think the walls could do with a paint as well, but that's not my job. I think that this carpet will probably go another 10-15 years because it's in really good shape. And to be honest with you, they do get a lot of students in, and I really don't think that the students are going to be too bothered about a couple of small iron marks. This is not Rigsby and Rising Damp days. A couple of little marks on the carpet is not going to put anyone off. But I always give it 3 wet passes with the product coming out, and then I give it 3 dry passes. Get as much of that moisture out so carpets will dry really quickly. Just glad to get rid of all that soft lint, really. It was horrendous. Nearly there. Sometimes I'll use the blue hose, which I have on there, which is only 7.5 meters long, and other times I use the grey, which is 15 meters. The longer the hose, the less suction you do tend to get, but you have to use the longer hose for, you know, if you're doing a house and you need to get up to bedrooms, then you need to put the grey hose on. But for something like this, where the machine's literally outside the door, the blue hose is fantastic and you get a huge amount of suction. And I tend to use the blue hose for upholstery as well, if I can get the machine close to the work, that is. But yeah, I enjoy doing this job. It's good working for property management companies because they give you the keys and you can just relax and take your time. You can do the job methodically and in your own time pretty much, and I think this one I did in the afternoon, so nice and relaxing. Take your time and get great results. I think the carpet, as usual, came up great. pretty much it, really. So I will show you what it was like afterwards. I think you'll agree there was a pretty good difference. As I say, lots of shadows in this room. I promise it did look a lot better than it looks in the video. But there really were shadows everywhere. But it came up immaculate. It really did, I promise. So there you go. So yeah, please subscribe, like the video, and comment. See you again on the next one.